It's the greatest day of my life. Chad, it's the greatest day of my life. Give me a second. I have Framed open. I promise you, I do not need to tell you that I didn't read this in chat. Yesterday was Scream. Today is Scary Movie, man. Scary. This is the Jiffy Pop. When she leaves the Jiffy Pop, Carmen Electra leaves the Jiffy Pop on the stove and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What is Jiffy Pop? It's really bad popcorn that, I think in the 70s, they ate it a lot. And so your parents, if you're my age, had nostalgia for it. And they'd be like, we're having a movie night tonight. Instead of Orville Redenbacher, let's make Jiffy Pop. And then you pop it and you open it, get burned by the steam. Half of the kernels are completely burned and half of the kernels have not popped at all. Anyway, long story short, we're going to go Scary Movie because it's Scary Movie. Now, let me see. If I had to guess, what's the final picture in Scary Movie? I think it should be Ghostface with his tongue sticking out. Okay, well, fair enough. This is after they hit the guy in the pastiche of I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think this should be Ghostface with his tongue sticking out. Okay, that's Marlon Wayans as Shorty getting off the school bus. Of course, Regina Hall as Brenda. Brenda who dies in Scary Movie 1 and then comes back in Scary Movie 2 as well. Interesting, right? What do we got here? That's what's up! You knew it would be there. What's up? What you up to, man? Chillin'. Killing. That's Shannon Elizabeth being killed in the locker room. What am I supposed to do now? Am I supposed to beg for my life? And that's, of course, Carmen Electra in the opening scene with the Jiffy Pop. I don't care anymore. You guys listening to Asia by Steely Dan today? What an album, man. What a fucking album. No, it's a good one. Not really fit for Halloween, but it's pretty fucking good, man. I think it might be a 10. Take me to Daily Dozen. Top 5 all time. I got to percolate on it a little more, but it's a heater. I mean, Black Cow is incredible. Asia's incredible. Deacon Blue's incredible. Peg's incredible. Now, here's the thing. I Got the News. Well, that's not next. Next is Home at Last, right? Home at Last is I think it's pretty good. I feel like I Got the News is the worst song on the album, but is it actually is it a 7 or is it just a 9? Because almost everything else is a 10. And then, I mean, When Josie Comes Home, so good. It's I've been percolating the lyrics in my head for a while. What the hell does he mean when he says, when Josie comes home, we're gonna park in the street? I like when he said, I guess because there's so many people at the house that they can't park in the driveway. They got to park at the street. Got to make sure it's not street sweeping day, though. Garage full of crap, probably. So true. After 13 years in Denver, Mike Shanahan was the head coach of this NFC franchise. The Chargers, who are in the AFC. The Rams, who are in the NFC. Which National League team were the Blue Jays facing when Joe Carter won the World Series single-handedly? The Phillies. That's a given. I mean, if you're Canadian and you don't know that, you better educate yourself before tonight, for sure. Let me just put it that way. This American golfer had a Happy Gilmore-esque celebration when he mounted his driver like a horse after a 4-2 win over Oliver Wilson in the Ryder Cup. Well, I was going to say John Daly, but then you just feel bad for the driver. Oh, the driver's not a person, it's a club. Let's say John Daly. Oh, shit. I have no idea who it could be, man. Doesn't seem like a tiger celebration. After a few years after Treasure Island, this famous author wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's Robert Louis Stevenson, bro. Willem Dafoe, 100%, and I think that's Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, I think that's Melissa McCarthy. Not Jenny McCarthy. With various flavors, this soda brand is currently featuring horror characters like Chucky, Megan, Michael Myers, the Grabber, and Freddy Fazbear on its packaging. Is that Jones Soda? Nope. All right. How would I know, man? How would I? Wrap snacks? Is it wrap snacks? Is it soda brand? Coca-Cola? Who knows? Maybe it's Pepsi. Maybe it's Pepsi. I don't know. Fanta. Okay, it's all over the place in the U.S. Fanta has a presence here, but it's not particularly common. I always think Fanta's like it's like an East Asia soda. It's not that Fanta and Sprite go crazy in South Korea. A dim-witted boy and a cynical girl win a bet and get the Grim Reaper to be their best friend in this Cartoon Network show that ran from 2003 to 2007. Apollo, you're going to crash out. I don't know what this is. There's two people in Phineas and Ferb, though. Apparently it's Bill and Mandy. I got one word right, at least. I got one word. First appearing in 1974, the iconic horror villain known as Leatherface is a native of what U.S. state? But with a name like Leatherface, you really think it would be Florida, but he's from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm afraid. Legendary composer Danny Elfman wrote the song This Is Halloween. I wonder what movie that could be. I wonder if it could be the easiest question of all time. It looks like a dude sucking a dick. He's kneeling. Okay, so this is the way that the scene is set up, okay? He's kneeling. This is his foot, his bent knee, center of mass. His hands are grabbing the legs of a red pixel, a red man made of pixels. And this is where the penis would be. But then behind him, there's like another guy, and I don't know why, but he's standing on his feet, and maybe he's got his penis draped over the dude's head or something like that. And maybe this guy's using his hand to like keep him hard until this guy can flip around and get to him. Something like that. Yeah, like a Turkish barber, exactly. Boo Weekly. I thought that was a joke in chat, to be honest. The Washington Commanders, Fanta, and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I got more growing pains than Maggie, because homies nag me. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, shit. Only 27% got Treasure Island's author. That is pretty funny, to be honest with you. That is pretty funny. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. I mean, there's like a Halloween iconography. Noteworthy props from Disney movies. Elements of Pac-Man. Am I crazy to think it's things in Pac-Man, bro? What else here is in Pac-Man? The bow. Elements of Mrs. Pac-Man. Mariah. This is just things from Cinderella. The mouse turns into a fucking horse in Cinderella. These are elements of Cinderella. These seem like they're elements of Popeye. Oh my God, I'm a god. And then the three little bears, bro. When Josie comes home. So bad. Because at first he says so good, and then he says so bad. And you're like, damn. But I think he means so bad that it's good. Like The Room, but not like Birdemic. She was the best friend we ever had, man. She prays like the Romans with her eyes on fire or some shit like that. Why or Ed Sheeran? It can't be that many people searching for why. I mean, Alopecia came out like 15, 20 years ago, man. I'm sure that like Yoni Wolf, he's still doing, so he's probably still touring, but I don't think that many people are searching for him anymore. I don't know, maybe I don't know, man. What are you talking about? You don't know Alopecia by Why, the Anticon rapper known as Yoni Wolf? I sleep on my back because it's good for the spine and coffin rehearsal. You really don't know it? It's Glenn Howerton's favorite album. I know psychics who read their own palms and their findings are personal. I'm going to say Ed Sheeran anyway. How would you know that? Well, if you were reading Pitchfork Media in 2008, I think it got like a 7.7, but I said, let's give it a try anyway. And ended up being one of my favorite albums of the year. I mean, not my favorite, but one of my favorite, for sure. Anyway, Ed Sheeran over Ninja on this one. What was your fave? I got to think about 2008. I feel like it might have been, is Beach House by Beach House that year? Or what was that album called? What was the '08 Beach House album called? Or did it come out in '09? I got to think about that. I'm going to say Google or Teen Dream. That's it. Not the Katy Perry one. Teen Dream. The one that track one is Norway. That was 2010. Damn, I'm way off, man. Maybe the Hot Chip album from 2000. Did One Life Stand come out in 2008 or the one before it that had Ready for the Floor? That was pretty good too. Norway's track 3. Whatever. It's been a bit. It's been a bit. Vampire Weekend self-titled. That's an '07, I'm afraid. It's an '07. TMZ is pretty popular. I gotta go Google Earth, though. Clock? I'm still gonna go TMZ. It's definite. First off, it's not Modest Mouse, We Were Dead Before the Ship Even Sank, and that's because it didn't come out in 2008. Secondly, the album is not good. I'm giving it a not good score. I'm giving it a data point that is on a downtrend that started very, very slightly down at The Moon in Antarctica, which is still a great album, and then went further down for Good News for People Who Love Bad News, which I would say is an okay album that has a couple great songs on it. And then We Were Dead Before the Ship Even Sank. That's where they, I mean, if you'll forgive me for the nautical wordplay, that's where they jumped the shark for me. Dashboard is an okay song, and maybe... what's the one? Spittin' Venom. Spittin' Venom is pretty good too, but the rest I'm not fucking with. It's Leroy Music. You're such a raging hipster. I think it's bait, because I think that if you were listening to Modest Mouse at any time, you could be called a hipster. I think if you were saying, if you're saying, have you heard the new Modest Mouse? You would be like, you're hipster posting. So I think it's bait, and I sidestepped it, and I mog you. No one's searching for the Diamondbacks, bro. iPhone cable, that's going to clear. Never mind. My bad. I'm going to say Ken Carson clears Steve Martin. Just blues is not that popular anymore. Sorry to say. I'm going to say Alicia Keys clears somehow. Probably Alicia Keys over the Home Depot and Spotify at least. Kai Cenat over Home Depot, I got to imagine. We're getting sturdy. Zach Bryan, he's famous. He's country famous. Kind of like the fur trimmed denim, too. We're going to go Rihanna, just so I don't get in trouble. Damn, Rihanna's insanely popular, huh? Metallica, very popular as well, despite only having one Billboard Top 10 song. Now, this is the first one that's actually tough for me. Because Metallica they're kind of like, they're calling Metallica the Northern Lion of music. Never been number one on the charts, but been very consistent for a long time. Camila Cabella, obviously much shorter time in the industry, because I think that she was not alive when like Master of Puppets came out. That being said, Havana, big song. And then she's got one more. She's got Senorita. Senorita's a big song. Stop saying I'm in my Saint Anger era, okay? My Saint Anger era was probably when I was posting those TikToks that were like, ask me anything about being a streamer. That's my Saint Anger era. We've cleared that, and now we've gone on a reunion tour where we're playing the first 4 albums. Where we're going, dum dum dum, dum dum dum, dum dum dum, dum dum dum. You're in your beefing with Napster phase? No, I don't think so. I mean, the analogy doesn't have to be one-to-one. What is that? That's Ride the Lightning, man. I will say, every time I think about Ride the Lightning, The man in the electric chair takes no responsibility for his own actions. Damn it, it ain't right. There's someone else controlling me. Like, I'd have a little bit more sympathy if he was like, yeah, I killed the people and now I'm getting the electric chair. Anyway, it just pisses me off that he shows no responsibility whatsoever. I'm going to go Camila Cabello. They call her Senorita, I think. Now, you were on See You Again, but I think apart from that, you're kind of you're in a lull right now. So I'm going Camila Cabello. Ow! See You Again is so insanely popular, man. It's so insanely popular. This is tough. So I'm not going to like insult The Wolf of Wall Street just because Before Sunrise is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is a good movie. This is like a really, really good movie. I feel like this is a little bit more glazed. But you know what? You root for your guys, so I'm clicking Before Sunrise. That's fair. I can deal with that loss. I can deal with that loss, and I don't have to feel bad about that. IMDb's wrong for that one. The problem with making like a really great movie is that on IMDb, it'll always score worse than a movie that's just really good. Because a great movie can't help but offend the sensibilities of some people. Like, I'm sorry, if you're 15 years old and you Googled like movies to watch and you watched Before Sunrise and didn't like it, that's a skill difference. You shouldn't be allowed to leave your ranking on IMDb. If you get bored by the scene where they go into the record store and then like Julie Delphi is listening to the music and they're exchanging furtive glances with Ethan Hawke without really trying to like let each other know or catch that they're glancing at each other, and then they swap and he goes into the booth and they do exactly the same thing and the scene is like 3 or 4 minutes long. If you can't get anything out of that, you're not ready for the movie yet. That's fine. Watch it when you're 21, watch it when you're 27, watch it when you're 38, watch it when you're 75. If you can't get anything out of it now, just wait 5 minutes. It's like the weather in Vancouver or everywhere. Golden coin food in pan Americano white bread. 2 20-ounce sticks of American rectangle. What is this? What is this? 2 20-ounce loaves of bread. Bread is really cheap, and I feel like 20 ounces is like a normal loaf of bread. But this kind of, it has the stench of a specialty bread, like a gluten-free or a low-carb, or this one's made with like maize flour instead of wheat flour. So I'm going to raise the price a little bit. I'm just going to say it's $4.99 because you can't go that... How much higher can you go for bread, man? $6.99? $6.99. That's a premium bread. The thing is, and this is, you need to be a real Costco knower to know this. They don't sell, nothing in Costco is $2.99. So you might be like, at the grocery store, I can get 2 loaves of bread for $2.99. They don't do that at Costco. At Costco, everything, this is probably like the lowest price on a unit in the store. That makes sense to me. Maybe they hide a coin in a random bag. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Gotta say, today's title's a masterpiece, maybe top 1. Ricky, you've saved me. One endorsement from Ricky makes up for the at least 2,000 or 3,000 minus twos that I got, where they said, this is the worst title you've ever had. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. Don't tell him he'd love Leroy Movies. Ricky, are you familiar with this character I independently made up called Leroy Movies? It's Leroy Jenkins, but he watches movies instead of playing World of Warcraft. And his opinions on movies are complete dog shit. They're completely horrible. But thank you. You saved me. I'm getting a little pissed off, by the way. Quinshawn Judkins. At least I've got football. That's Quinshawn Jenkins, also known as Quinshawn Judkins, the number 1 running back for the Cleveland Browns. And like a top 5 running back in fantasy right now, to be honest with you. I've been getting pissed off lately because a lot of people are, well, I'm not going to them, but a lot of people are going to Halloween parties that are on November 1st. And I feel like they were really screwed up, man. You can't have a Halloween party on November 1st. You can have a Halloween party. If you're going to have it on November 1st, you have to have it on October 25th instead. You can have it today. You can have it tonight for sure. But I think it's better to have a Halloween party that's not on Halloween itself. If you're like if you're 21, you can have it on Halloween. That's fine. But if you're like having a Halloween party for people that may have children or be children, you have to have it on a not Halloween day because Halloween day is when you do the trick or treating. What if you're 25? If you're 25, you should have one Halloween party that's for getting drunk and one Halloween party that's for like giving candy to your nieces and nephews. If you're 45, you should have one Halloween party where you take your kid to, I think. Well, I mean, should is probably going to get me in trouble there, but you get the idea. And one for linking and building, exactly. Well, you know, if you go to the Halloween party with all the kids from your daughter's school and all the parents of the kids from your daughter's school, you can kind of link and build at the kids' Halloween party. But we're not going to link and build. I'm sure all the dads, myself included, will be watching the Blue Jays game on their phone. Well, there will be 21 middle-aged dads huddled around one iPhone that we can barely see, hoping the Sportsnet app doesn't fucking shit the bed on the only day in history where more than 100 people are using it at the same time. When I downloaded the app, the reviews were like 2.8, and I was like, how bad could this be? And the app is fucking horrendous, man. The app is horrible. I boot it up, I watch a game, 3 days later, I boot it up. It's like, we can't load the game you watch. It's over. And I'm like, yeah, that was 3 days ago. Then I hit the home button to refresh the main page, and it gives me the home page of 3 days ago. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? These aren't even today's games. And then I try to click on one to like refresh the app, and it goes, this game's not on right now, error. And I'm like, I know, because it finished 3 days ago. Jesus Christ, man. And to get access to the Sportsnet Plus broadcast is like $280 a year or something. It's insane. It's unbelievable. Please invest some of the money from the playoffs into the app. It can't be that expensive to fix the app. Everybody watching me right now is a software engineer that probably knows how to fix the app. Anyway, what about like Brunei? Not bad. A badass bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Thank you, MIA, for inspiring that correct guess. And thank you for Paper Planes, and thank you for the album Kala, and the one before that I think is called Galang, I can't remember, and not for much else. Wasn't that Nicki Minaj? No, I don't think that was... With a badass bitch that came from Sri Lanka? Yeah, I'm in the Tonka color of Willy Wonka. That sounds like Nicki Minaj. Thank you, Nicki Minaj, for... Thank you, Nicki Minaj, for that one. And MIA. Is Nicki Minaj from Sri Lanka? No? Well, what the hell was she talking about then? What was she talking about then? She just be saying stuff? I mean, I know she needed something that rhymed with Tonka Willy Wonka. Great day to listen to Monster. The only acceptable day to listen to Monster. It's not Coke Zero. It's cold brew. I promise it's cold brew. If it was Coke Zero, I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that without burping if it wasn't Coke Zero. There, I just proved it. This is Antarctica upside down. Wrong. All right, well, in that case, I have no idea. Are you Serbia? You are northeast of Serbia, which is which is Romania or Bulgaria, but Bulgaria is like bigger. Wait, no, are you Bulgaria? North of Bulgaria. So there's north of Bulgaria is like the Baltic states and Belarus. You could be Belarus. You could be Lithuania. South of Belarus. Are you Ukraine? Ukraine is not north of Bulgaria though. The hell are you No, you can't be Poland. Could you be Poland? Could you be? I'm going to say Lithuania. No, Lithuania is north of Belarus, man. What the hell happened? A bunch of confetti shot out of the... Oh, there's not confetti. It's Draculas and pumpkins. If you click on it, it'll just go like that. Okay. Well, let's send it, man. Transylvania. All right, that's fucking good. That's really funny. I'm not mad about that. That's really funny. Oh shit, that's good. I got it in one today. Oh, shut up. No, you didn't. Universal 2015 made a lot of money. It made a lot of money, but I think it made too little money to be Jurassic World. Genre, drama, music, history. Are you like Pitch Perfect 3? What are you? Oh, O'Shea. It's Straight Outta Compton. I forgot Straight Outta Compton. People were going to see movies back then, bro. People were going to see movies. Classic history movie. I mean, if you knew what went down between Ice Cube and Jerry Heller, there's some history there. No Vaseline, from what I hear. That'll be my last day on Twitch. Karaoke of no Vaseline. I think I could make it about two lines into the song before the admins would permanently ban me. Go out swinging. I'll never have dinner with the president. When I see your ass again, I'll be hesitant. Tommy Cruise. Tommy Cruise, week 4, Paramount Pictures. Yeah, that's a Mission Impossible. And it's pre-Fallout, which is probably Rogue Nation. Confirmed. Confirmed Rogue Nation. Focus features. An indie film, a horror, as I recall it was a horror film. Some things you can't unsee. Shannon Sossamon. Is this the Ring 3? Nope. Can't believe this is not a Rennie Harlan joint. What the hell are you? A young mother and her twin sons move into a rural house that's marked for death. Sinister 2! How many of these movies are there? There's Sinister, Insidious, The Conjuring, Annabelle. Like, it's just... They're all the same movie, man. They moved into a house that's marked for death. Are they stupid? I know, man. That's... Well, you know what, though? They probably got a deal. They probably got a deal, if I had to guess. You know your horror movie sucks ass when they come out with it in August. They're like, we can't even compete with the shit that comes out like 2 weeks before Halloween. We got to dump our horror movie in the middle of summer. Holy, what about weapons? Well, I mean, I've been accused of not knowing what I'm talking about. If your movie's going to be a box office success, you come out with it in like June or whatever. Rupert Friend. It's an action crime thriller starring Rupert Friend. Your Number. is up. Also, Zachary Quinto. An assassin teams up with a woman to help her find her father and uncover the mysteries of her ancestry. Hitman Agent 47. Forgot about this movie. Bro thought he was in Game of Thrones. Rupert Friend, did he play Stalin's son in The Death of Stalin? I feel like he's got the look of a Vasily Stalin. Yes, he did. Okay, thank you. Fake bald, by the way. But that's, I mean, it's not his fault. Henry Cavill, 26 million. Comedy, action, adventure before... Oh, this is The Man from U.N.C.L.E., maybe? Before Argyle. Yeah, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. The Unk from Nephew-ville. I didn't do so well today. The Man from U.N.C.L.E., you mean my cousin? All right, that's pretty good. You should give that to Emo Phillips or something. That's like a Mitch Hedberg joke. The Man from U.N.C.L.E., you mean my cousin. You guys are on today. 2 award-winning films. Different awards, though. Hurt Locker and Madam Web. Madam Web, of course, has Dakota Johnson in it and Sydney Sweeney. And The Hurt Locker has Jeremy Renner and Anthony Mackie. And Swanky is in neither of them. Swanky's in neither of these films. But David Morse is in 12 Monkeys, which you're going to say, no, he's not. Yes, he is. You just have to spell it alphabetically. With Brad Pitt, who's in Burn After Reading, with Frances McDormand, who, of course, is in Nomadland, with the Swankster. And now you got to get to Dakota Johnson. And we kind of just take whatever here. We're trying to get to Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson has like a Kurt Russell connection. Bad Times at the El Royale. She's got I don't remember who the Jamie Dornan is the dude in 50 First Dates. She's in The Materialist with Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal. Why am I scrolling? You should not be scrolling this far. So how do you get out of here? For some reason, I thought this movie had Meryl Streep in it. Richard Gere. Bill Nye. We're trying to get out of England, which we picked apparently like one of the most British movies ever made. Has Dakota Johnson ever been in a movie, a British movie? Or are there British people in Bad Times of the El Royale? John Hamm is in Bad Times of the El Royale. Who's also in Keeping Up with the Joneses. Zach Galifianakis, who's in The Hangover. No, with Isla Fisher, who's in The Wedding Crashers. The Wedding Crashers with Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. Richard Gere is in Unfaithful with Diane Lane, who's in Must Love Dogs. 1 second. Unfaithful, Diane Lane, Must Love Dogs gets you to John Cusack. Dermot Mulroney, Stockard Channing. John Cusack to Chris Evans. John Cusack to High Fidelity to Jack Black. Now puts you gotta be close to a Chris Evans here. How could you not be close to a Chris Evans here? Kevin Hart. Who else is it? Jamie Lee Curtis. Chris Pratt. Weird. This has to have like a billion cameos. So we're looking for someone adjacent to Dakota Johnson. This has no cameos. It has Scott Aukerman in it. It's got Jonah Ray in it. Weird Al's in this one? All right, whatever, bro. Just take me to MacGruber and we'll figure it out. There she is. Probably Paul White to The Waterboy, to Adam Sandler, to Funny People. Dakota! Dakota, where are you? Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is in fucking Knives Out, bro. How do I get back to Jamie Lee? Where was Jamie Lee? I got to get back to Jack Black, bro. We got to get back to Jack Black. I guess we could just retrace our steps. We go Adam, Waterboy, The Big Show. We started so well today, too. This is so sad. Where the hell's The Big Show, man? Did I click on the wrong movie? Bro, they erased him. There he is, Paul White. That takes you to MacGruber, which takes you back to Will Forte, which takes you to Weird. I mean, this is embarrassing, I'll admit. That takes you to Jack, which takes you to Borderlands, Jamie Lee, Knives Out, Chris Evans, The Materialist, Dakota Johnson, Madam Web. Time? Time? Got some good movies in there, too. Not even your worst time? Oh, I take 8 minutes now and then, for sure. One thing I'll tell you we won't take 8 minutes for, Puckdoku. 100%. 10 plus playoff games played in a single postseason. I mean, this is goalies, man. Under 100 games played in their entire career. Holy cow, are you trolling me? This is really tough, man. It's really, really tough. Because that means basically they had to start playing like this year. I think I'm thinking of Ville Heinola. Okay, Ville Heinola will get you there. And then Connor Bedard is in his third season now. He was injured a little bit, but I bet he's played more than 100 games. But I don't know who else it could be, man. Unless it was somebody who died. Played on one team for their whole career. I feel like what's that dude's name who ruined the Jets? And he was the captain for a while. I don't think it's Blake Como, though, is it? Who am I thinking of? Okay, one team for his entire career. Give me a what the fuck is his name? This is embarrassing. I mean, obviously you say Connor McDavid. Okay, that's a given. Who's that dude who's ripping it up? He's number 2 for the Oilers. And I'm not saying he's poop. I'm not saying he's one of their goalkeepers. I can picture his face in my head. He was on the Canadian World Junior team that disappointed in Vancouver. That's sad. Never get old, guys. Never get old. Played on one team for their whole career. Impossible. Played on one team for their whole career. Okay, I mean, I hate to do it, man. I'll take Connor Bedard, and then I'll take Ryan Nugent Hopkins. At least is going to give you something. Now, can you tell me the name of that fella that I was thinking of? What was the name of the fella I was thinking of, man? Bouchard, Evan Bouchard, of course, man. Winnipeg Jets. What was his name? Did Shane Doan play on one team for his whole? Oh, it was the Coyotes, though, who are the old Jets, not the new Jets. The new Jets are Blake Como. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? He was the captain of the Jets forever. Blake Wheeler, not Blake Como. Oh, and he got traded too. Fuck. Okay, 10 plus playoff games played in a single postseason. I mean, it's got to be Hellebuck. That's going to be like 90%. Never mind. 10 plus playoff games played in a single postseason. Let's go Tony Esposito. Least game show host looking 1970s NHL player. Let's go Grant Fuhrer. And that's pretty good. Tony Despacito. This is before they had school picture day. He completed a Puckdoku. Anytime you get a chance to name goalies, there's a chance. There's a chance. Shout out Kiefer Sherwood. Can I say something? I haven't seen a lot of Canucks games in the past week or so because I've been watching baseball instead. Not me turning on my TV and going, who the fuck are half the players on my team? What the hell happened, man? Kiefer Sherwood, respect for getting the hat trick. That's crazy. But who the hell is McEachern? What the hell? He wasn't even like on radar in training camp. Who's McEachern, man? Anyway, Kurt Russell, thriller or horror? The Thing? Any chance? Well, you know, I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna play The Thing, and then here I'm gonna play Ripped. R.I.P.D. Excuse QRS. Am I fucking? Oh, that's Jeff Bridges, motherfucker! Jesus Christ! Oh, okay, all right. We play Vanilla Sky then. I'm real. And 05 to 20, well, I guess I'm not going to play fucking Crazy Heart, because now I'm thinking about it. That's Jeff Bridges, bro. 05 2025 Kurt Russell, Death Proof. She wore a red bandana. She played a blue piano in a honky tonk down in Mexico. Jamie Lee Curtis, thriller or horror? That's impossible. Just kidding. It's every Halloween movie ever made. True Lies, not True Lives. Released from 05 2025. Let's go Freakier Friday. I feel like people are going to try to swerve and play Freaky Friday. No, they're not, because that shit came out in like 2003, man. Fuck! I could have played Borderlands. I could have played Borderlands. Florence Pugh, thriller or horror? Okay, well, we'll go Midsommar. And then 05 2025, let me get a Black Widow on that one. And then what the hell? Yeah, I'll keep going. What the hell was the Marvel movie that I didn't see called? The Undertales. The New Avengers. She's in Don't Worry, Darling. She's in Little Women. And she's in The Expendables. The Untouchables. The Underdogs. The Undeserved. I don't remember, man. Let's see if it was there. Thunderbolts. The Underbolts. Of course, the Underbolts. It's the New Avengers. The Underbolts. She's in the Hunger Games, or is that the lady from Game of Thrones? Who's in the... Who are you talking about? Who's... Florence Pugh? I don't know if she's in the Hunger Games. Jennifer Lawrence, Jenna Malone, for sure. PETA? You're thinking of Natalie Dormer? Is Natalie Dormer in... She might have been in Catching Fire. Or maybe I'm thinking of Jenna Malone. Natalie Dormer, Hunger Games. Okay, it's crazy that I was just talking about the Hunger Games and the number one search is Natalie Dormer Hunger Games, when you would assume that the number one search would absolutely be Natalie Dormer Game of Thrones. You're fucking listening to me. That's crazy. There's no way that's right. Oh, she played in Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. That explains why I don't remember it, because I watched those on an airplane under duress. Fuck Doku's done. Movie Grid's done. After Movie Grid comes Spell Check. We ain't mocking the Jays now, baby. Yeah, baby. It's baseball. Austin baseball powers. Do I make you Vladdy, baby? Yes. Imagine. Fucking Monday, baby. Yes. Baseball Friday, baby. Yes. Baseball on Halloween, baby. Fuck yeah.
Cranky. A adjective meaning gall. A noun meaning brazen boldness.
I thought they were going to be talking about some Vercingetorix type shit.
Zebra. A noun meaning alpha. A noun meaning the first letter of Unremitting. A adjective meaning not remitting, constant.
Holy shit, unremitting.
Mislead. A verb meaning to lead in a. Parameters. A noun meaning an arbitrary. Genteel. A adjective.
Am I stupid? I thought that was how you spelled gentile and genteel, to be honest with you. I thought it was a homophone, an ambiphone, I don't know, a word that sounds different but has two different meanings. Apparently, they're different words.
Notoriety. A noun meaning the quality. Egyptian. A adjective meaning a. Icosahedron. A noun meaning a polyhedron having 20 faces. Discriminating. A adjective meaning making a distinction. Reflexology. A noun meaning the study.
You know, reflexology is one of those businesses that I'm just like, I can't believe that they are profitable or at least self-sustaining. Psychics also. I will say, I'm seeing a lot less psychics these days. They're all being replaced with vape shops that also sell European potato chips. But reflexology, I feel like I still see it now and then. And I always wonder, like, because they always have the same diagram in the window, which is like someone's foot, and then it's mapped out. Like if we squeeze here, it like lowers your blood pressure. If we squeeze here, it like it relieves your headache or whatever. I'm always like, I just don't know if I believe it, man. But then it was funny because like once in a while I'd be talking to my parents about medical stuff and they'll be like, oh yeah, through our like benefits plan, we get to go to an osteopath, a naturopath, our massages are covered. We get like 2 reflexology sessions every 3 months or something like that. And then I'm like, yeah, but like, how can this be possible when they don't cover like they don't cover like Ozempic and stuff like that? The shit, it just pisses me off. Yeah, they don't even cover dental. Well, probably her benefits cover dental. But I'm like, the government won't even cover like real medicine sometimes. But then this benefits plan is like, we'll send you to the chiropractor once every 3 months. That's crazy, man. I don't cry anymore.
Hualaga. A geographical name meaning river 700 miles, 1126 kilometers. Long in north-central Peru, flowing north into the Marañón River. Hualaga, a geographical name meaning river 700 miles, 1126 kilometers. Long.
Hualaga. Right, you're right. Probably a G.
Poltroon, a noun meaning a spiritless coward. Craven. Poltron from Middle French comes from Old Italian poltrone, related to poltro,
you think that
meaning colt, from Latin
poltron
pullus.
Is how you
Poltroon,
call someone a chicken, because polt is like the root of
coward.
poultry.
Craven. Poltron from Middle French comes from Old.
Wow. It might actually be. It is. It's 2 O's, man. It's 2 O's. Hualaga. I had one missing L. I had one missing L in a Spanish word. Oh, it's been a rough day, man. Food guesser appears to be broken. Maybe just refresh. Oh yeah, did they just put me on a bad note or something? I'm gonna be honest, that looks pretty good. I don't know, is that an ice cream sandwich? Is a custard cream sandwich? Okay, but this looks like it looks like a sandwich on some of the best bread I've ever seen in my life. So we take that. Listen, a lot of the times you see some fucked up food in that it says it's from Canada, and I say I've never seen that in my life. I've seen sushi pizza. I would say sushi pizza is on the menu of 1 in every 5 sushi restaurants in Vancouver. I've never had it, and I doubt I ever will. But it doesn't even matter if it looked good, which it doesn't. Korean taco from the United States is going to win by a mile. Malatang and Cincinnati chili. This looks good. I don't care if you think it looks disgusting. Malatang's having a moment, though. It's like spicy hot pot. There's no shot it doesn't win. Mirza looks like a tasty curry versus, I mean, deep fried meat of any sort. Oh my God! Are you trolling me? Okay, now this is some shit that I love. Smorbrod. Open face sandwich. Well, okay, that's you. It's a seafood sandwich with mustard on it or something. Mustard and dill versus a fritter of barley flour. Give me the smorbrod. You guys are trolling. It's going to have to be cake over hummus. This is a dip. It's not a dish. Kiritampo from Japan, which I could not even tell you what that is. Skewers of glutinous rice, roasted in a charcoal grill and then served with a savory hot pot for dipping. That might be all right. It does look like penne. It does look also like I've interrupted some sort of, like a ritual. I've interrupted like a cult indoctrination ritual or something, and they're going to kill me unless I pledge my allegiance to them or whatever. Baked casserole with cabbage, ground meat, and rice. I mean, I bet that's good too. I'll go with that. I should know better at this point not to vote against Japan. One thing's for sure, you don't vote against the Vietnamese soup in this game. Never mind. I don't know shit, man. I'm not just trying to be contrarian. I know the pizza doesn't have melted cheese on it. It looks fucking good, man. It looks fucking good. It is really hard to beat Italian pasta of any sort, though. So I'm going to go with this gnocchi. But you know what? 75 is okay for that pizza. I can live with that. It's going to be meat on a stick by a mile. We were exactly average today, which I take offense to. Veal, crab meat, hollandaise sauce. Yeah, this looks an awful lot like food you would get in Belgium. Like food you would get in Denmark. Veal Oscar, like food you would get in Finland? Okay, food you would get in Sweden. I'm pissed off. I think I do this every time. Does Denmark not border Sweden? Why did I say Denmark and it said hot? There's a bridge. I consider if there's a bridge over water that connects country A and country B, those are bordered as far as I'm concerned. They share a land border. The border is at the exact midpoint of the bridge. We built the land, but there's still a border there. So you know what? I'm going to yuck it. The reason I'm going to yuck it is because I'm mad. Minced beef and tatties. This is Scotland. Yeah, sure, I'd yum it, whatever. Walnut juice. Dried peaches, a refreshing sweet beverage made by simmering dried peaches with cinnamon and clove. I mean, it kind of looks like some shit that you would see in a laboratory, but I bet it's really good. I have no idea. I mean, where are they growing peaches? Georgia. Where else? I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know, give me a spot in Europe, and then we'll build from there. Ice cold, the United States? Cold. Mokochinchi? Trinidad and Tobago. It's kind of southeast of the United States. Southwest from there, Chile. Borders to the northeast of Chile. I mean, am I really going to say Paraguay? Where's my mouse? I lost my mouse pointer. Well, I'll yum it. It's not been a banner performance on the Dulls today. We did beat the average, though. It's part of their cultural heritage. Sorry, y'all. I don't know that much about the cultural heritage of Bolivia. I know a little bit about Canada's and a little bit more about the United States's, unfortunately, and then that's pretty much it. There's a lot of shit to learn out there. Pretty much never-ending amount of stuff to learn. Quarter-pound cheeseburger versus chicken katsu burger. I'll level with you. The chicken katsu burger looks, I mean, it could a little stingy with the breading. It's not quite as breadcrumby as I would hope for, but that looks pretty good. I'll give you that. I'm issuing some feedback, but it's still pretty good. Oh, here we go. Cool skull with mash and gravy, or cool skull with chips and mushy peas. And they're both £6, 66 pence. Gotta go with the peas, I guess. Great start. Apple with a worm or apple with an evil worm? I'll go apple with a friendly worm. Evil pie or evil pint? It's the evil pint by a mile. I'm not eating a pie full of eyeballs. Sausage stuffed with a man's soul or skeleton with cheese? It's the soul sausage. If I get 9 out of 10 today, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to say bacon water. Bacon water beats Mexican jumping beans. Nachos topped with melancholy or a baked potato topped with that jump scare. Okay, that's fucking great. And I have to admit, the timing was like as soon as I saw the word jump scare, it popped up on the screen and it kind of scared me a little bit. That's really good. Seemingly ordinary cheese, or mushy peas in a cup with added creature. We go bread that eats you. It's its turn. I've eaten enough bread. It's its turn. Craig, cooked to preference, or a witch's stew in a roll. It's going to be Craig, I think. And we're almost done here. Worms and ketchup or spiders and mayonnaise? I guess I'd rather have worms and ketchup. And pie in pond water or veggie burger with a pint of slime. Oh, man. The sucker of bones, the sipper of sauce. Oh, man, that's funny. They're having fun with it today. You gotta let them have fun with it. According to snooty judges in Brussels, Maestro Doble Blanco is the world's finest example of what drank? I really think, when I see Blanco, I think that it's got to be tequila, even though it seems like a red herring because of the fact that it's from Belgium. It just makes sense. The same year as Trainspotting, Ewan McGregor starred in a film about and named for what kind of band? The saxophone is a woodwind instrument, even though it's mostly made of brass. I didn't know about a brass band. I didn't know about Ewan McGregor's brass band. Took 20 years for something to replace Independence Day atop the Will Smith box office charts. What movie did it? Suicide Squad 1? It is Suicide Squad. That's crazy. It's the only thing that made sense. What are you talking about? Avatar. You need to use fucking common sense. Over I Am Legend? I Am Legend was rated R, bro. Well, maybe Suicide Squad was too. It wasn't Avengers. Will Smith isn't in the Avengers, man. Am I smoking crack right now? It could have been Hancock, but it couldn't have been Hancock. You know why? Hancock came out like maybe 2008, and Independence Day came out in like 1997 or something like that. 1996. That's not 20 years, bro. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How about Bad Boys Forever? That's like 30 years after Independence Day. Shark Tale? Shark Tale it wasn't 20 years, and it didn't beat Independence Day, man. Meaning Tuna Fin Ridge, Leahi is the indigenous name of what big landmark? The large mountain in Hawaii, which is called, Oh, shit. I know this. Please don't. Please don't. Waikiki snuggles right up against the above water base of what very wide tough cone, getting its English name from dumb sailors who thought its slopes were covered in gems. One of the prettiest spots in Hawaii is Diamond Head. My stupid ass was trying to think of the Hawaiian name because I'm woke. And all I was coming up with was like Mauna Koa or something like that. Can somebody tell me the Hawaiian name of Diamond Head? They gave you the Hawaiian name? Oh, yeah. How'd you guys all know it was Leahi? What's the name of the mountain on Big Island? Mauna Loa. That's what I was pretty close, actually. Mauna Loa. Wasn't until 1966 work by Dr. Philip Scrax that what routine screening became routine? This is like X-rays. Galactography is a seldom used, more finely targeted variant of what diagnostic test? The eye test? The U.S. Preventative Service Task Force has gone back and forth between ages 40 and 50 as the starting point for what smashy cancer screening test? Okay. The mammogram or the colonoscopy or the PSA? The mammogram. That makes sense. Smashing prostates? That's true. I guess mammogram was obvious because my mom told me that when you get a mammogram, it's like they basically put your boob in a machine, in like the smashing machine with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and then they just sort of like squish it as much as they can vertically, and then they squish it as much as they can horizontally, which sounds pretty not nice, for sure. But I mean, at least you're getting it in 2025 instead of whatever fucking nightmare machine they were using to do mammograms in 1913. Bro was filling it up with diesel and then turning a crank or something like that. I don't even know. Disorderly. Sort these fruits by the amount grown worldwide in metric tons. Okay. So I have no idea because this is not really based on their, I mean, it's kind of indirectly based on their popularity, but here's what I would think. There's a lot of apples out there. That's where I'd start. I think apples are probably number one. I feel like you consume them worldwide. You consume a lot of them. You don't, like with a lemon and a lime, you kind of buy like one or two. With apples, you buy like a bunch or a bushel. And then I honestly think after that it'll be grapes, because grapes are commonly consumed, but also are used in other food production pipelines. Then maybe it's oranges, because orange juice is so commonly consumed along with the fruit being eaten. Then grapes. I feel like lemons and limes are going to be at the bottom. I'm going to put strawberries over blueberries and send it. Wow! Okay, well, we got it in two. I can live with that. Okay, if I may say something in my own defense, grapes and oranges were really close. Apples was right. I'm foolish. I mean, the one thing I would say is how could you not pick apples number one? Because they suck? I don't. Have you ever been to a grocery store, or are you part of like the Instacart generation? Of the fruit section at the grocery store, it's like 35% apples. And you might say that's not a majority. Yeah, but it's a fucking plurality. There's like 2 rows of just different variants of apples. And they got a couple oranges, they got some mandarins, they got, one type of bananas, obviously. Isn't McDonald's the biggest Apple buyer? Okay, what is that supposed to mean? Like, am I supposed to compete with McDonald's? Is this somehow something it reflects poorly on Apple's that McDonald's buys a lot of them? They're an insanely huge global restaurant chain. Like, what is this supposed to be? What am I supposed to do with this information that you passed me? You passed me the information because you thought it was remarkable, and now I'm remarking. How would you like me to remark upon it? I wouldn't surprise me if McDonald's is like the biggest purchaser of almost everything that they sell. It wouldn't surprise me if they're the biggest chicken purchaser in the world. It wouldn't surprise me if they're the biggest beef purchaser in the world. It definitely wouldn't surprise me if they're the biggest potato purchaser in the world. KFC? Yeah, that would require people to eat there, though. Fish, I don't know. I'd have to think about that because I've never seen someone order a fillet of fish in real life. I'm sure it happens, but because they keep it on the menu, but I've never seen it. Which is a higher percentage of people who are gay and cohabitating with a partner and spouse. This one pissed me off last time because I made a joke about how, like in one of them, there might be more gay people, but they're more single gay people. And in this one, they're more settled down. So it's probably that one. And then people with no media literacy were like, I don't know why he made a weird comment trying to suggest that people in the left one are like polyamorous. And it was kind of crungo. And then I forced them to watch the fucking clip. I said, sit your ass down, sit your fake ass Discord avatar down with the anime profile picture and watch the clip and tell me what you're mad about. And they went, oh, actually, I misinterpreted it. Yeah, you motherfucker, you fucking did. You held a grudge for like 3 hours over it for no reason. All you had to do was watch the 10-second clip. By the way, it's obviously Portland, Oregon. I don't even think we need to elaborate on that. This one's interesting. Which has a higher percentage of people who are Asian? There's no doubt in my mind that there's more Asian people in Washington State by a lot, in terms of percentage especially, than in Pittsburgh, or in Pennsylvania, I should say. But in the city of Pittsburgh versus the eastern Washington city of Spokane, I'd probably still go. Oh, you know what? Fair enough, man. Fair enough. What has less access to hospitals? I feel like it would be Texas. Higher percentage of people born outside the U.S. Another interesting one. You would feel like Hawaii is so interesting here for a couple of reasons. Like one is if you were born like before I guess statehood was like 1870. So there's probably not that many people alive that are. No, it was 1953. When did it be? Okay, McKinley like annexed them in the 1800s, but then they became a state in 1959. I guess that's my real question is like, are you born outside the U.S. if you were born in Hawaii pre-1959? I guess the answer would be no. Lots of people are going to move to Oregon from other parts of the world, including Canada. It has some global appeal for sure. I still feel like it's got to be Hawaii, though. There's tons of Japanese influence. I don't know if there's much Japanese immigration from Japan to Hawaii, or if it's mostly like historical, but I feel like it's still got to be Hawaii. Higher percentage of adults with cancer should probably just be where are people older, to be honest. And I'd feel like I don't really know, but I'm going to go Texas. That's fair enough. It's pretty close. I figured Connecticut would be old, but then it was close enough to New York City that I was like, maybe young people are living there and then going into New York City. I don't know. Urban stats, juxtastat. Why is it excluding skin cancer? Just answer the question. You don't need to litigate every single question. You only get 180 minutes to complete the exam. Do you really want to spend 10 minutes arguing with the teacher that the question's ambiguous just because you don't know the answer? I know your type. I know your type. You got the question wrong because you didn't know it. And then you put up your hand and you're like, excuse me, don't you think the question's a little bit ambiguous? Like you're like, oh, I'll probably fail the exam, but I bet I can get I can get a C- just by arguing with the teacher enough afterwards. Just study, bro. It's easier. It's less damaging for your social links as well. Projecting? That was not me. There's two kinds of NL on a test. Annoying NL who studied hard and you hate me because I got a good grade because I worked hard. And then the other one is I didn't study at all and I got a bad grade and I own that. I get the grade and I look at it and my heart sinks and then a second later I go, that's fair. I didn't really do what I was supposed to do well. The steps to doing well on this test are well known and I did not take them. I went into the test essentially hoping that things would go right and they didn't. That's my phenotype when it comes to tests. Comic characters introduced in 1959 from Peanuts on Halloween. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Halloween themed 1970s zombie films set in shopping malls, Dawn of the Dead 78. Circumpolar mythology, corporeal undead, creatures in Norse mythology. Okay, I'm not sure I know about Icelandic vampire zombies. I'll just call them trolls. Of course, the Draugr! The Draugr! 1950s Gothic novels by Shirley Jackson about telekinesis. Adapted into television shows, films, and plays. Is it Poltergeist? The Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House. I thought that was a Mike Flanagan original. Do you guys know Mike Flanagan is in Vancouver filming the Carrie TV show now? We've been hanging out every single day. Me and Mike Flanagan. Catch us at Kisatanto tonight. Me and Mike Flanagan having dinner at Kisatanto. No pictures, please. No pictures. There's going to be ass? Probably not. Midnight Mass, one of the best shows ever made. Certainly one of the best shows they've ever shoveled onto Netflix post 2018, without a doubt. 1984 comedy films. That feels like it could be Ghostbusters, man. Ivan Reitman, I'm going to say this feels like it is Ghostbusters. American short stories about legendary creatures. So is the shit called Sleepy Hollow, or is it called like The Legend of Ichabod Crane? Fuck! It's close enough! That's close enough! I'm hitting close enough. I type Sleepy Hollow, it's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I'm taking 0.5. Child's Play characters, fictional ghosts, fictional serial killers. That's Chucky, bro. Go Chucky, do your dance. 1920s German films from the Weimar Republic set in a castle. Judaism-related controversies. I think it's got to be Nosferatu, man. 1920s dark fantasy films from Denmark. Now this, I have no idea. That's Haxan. I don't know Haxan. This is the first I've ever heard of Haxan. I've heard of Hakan Lube. Hakan Lube, he won the Calder Trophy in like 1994, despite being 62 years old when he played his rookie season. Caricature in Christianity and death. Visual arts genres. What is a death mask? The dance, this is skeleton dance, the dance macabre. Well, that's a rare score today. Dude, so many people, like 7,500 people playing catfishing every single day. What the fuck happened here? Zero. Too scary. Like, you didn't get Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters? I guess I could see there's a little North America. It's a little media focused today, but no Chucky, no Ghostbusters, no Nosferatu. Kind of crazy. Who missed the Great Pumpkin? Well, I don't know. Anyone that's not 92 years old or older, I suppose. I'm just a different kind of beast because I'll be bumping that shit every day. Dun 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 dun. I should put that on the Peloton playlist, man. That's a fucking great song. That's a great track. It's like a 180, 187 ride or die. 193? 195? Shit, 196? Oh! What the hell's angle? Sit yourself down, okay? This could take a while to explain. Every day they give you a new visual representation of an angle, and you have to guess within 4 guesses what the angle is in degrees. It's not an easy one. It's not self-explanatory like the minute cryptic. I hope we get a Christmas kind of hard golf. I don't know what they're gonna call it though, because kind of hard golf. They were cooking with kind of hard golf. I don't know what they're gonna call the Christmas one. Maybe we could workshop it right here. Oh shit. It's worth it just to barely rest it. Merry hard golf. Okay. That was really good. This is a hard shot, man. I almost think you want to do 2 bounces. There, and then drop it right down. I'm going to sit my white ball down and listen, man. Did you see that fucking shot? That was crazy. Oh, and the top tick on the little corner. Holy cow. Okay, we're playing it a little safe for sure, a little pussy, but that's what happens when you get greedy, man. Can live with it. Can absolutely live with it. Like it, love it, gotta have it. Very curious. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to buy the ticket. I'm going to take the motherfucking ride. I'm jumping for the beef. You're not wrong. Then pull me back. I want to hit the corner at full speed. The man's a damn genius. And look at that. That was really good. That was really good. And I skipped the jump scare too. That's the best kind of hard golf I've ever seen. I think I was top 3% once, but you're not out of pocket for that one. Stalked in bed, the werewolf returned after we drifted off. Returned. Returned feels like direction, like an indicator. Sorry, they're doing some yard maintenance right outside my window. It's so fucking loud, man. It's so unbelievably loud. And you can't be using a chainsaw on Halloween, you're right. Stalked in bed. Werewolf returned after... I need help, man. Returned after and drifted off. Reverse some fodder. Another tells us to delete some fodder. Okay, so delete everything after... Take everything after R and E. After W and E, because this is we. And then drifted off... After indicates, okay, I see. So we want REWOLF. Flower. Flower is stalked in a bed. I don't know what everything else really relates to, but that makes sense. That makes sense. Could somebody explain? I guess werewolf is just there because it has the word flower inside of it. Yep, you got it. Because the sentence werewolf, no disrespect to the team at Minute Cryptic, and it's hard. Like being able to construct these clues that not only make sense but are also elegant is really hard. This one strikes me as a little inelegant because stalked in bed is the definition. It's a flower, I suppose. But werewolf returned after we drifted off. Like this is all just shoved in there to make the clue make a little sense. But I get you forced it for the novelty for the holiday. Fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to tell you I could do it better. I obviously couldn't do it better. I can't even solve the clues, which is easier than coming up with the clues. This is probably going to be our last horror movie in Cine 2 Nerdle Critical, man. This is one of my favorite new dulls for sure. Take a shot in the dark. This is like, okay, Cine Nerdle is doing Minute Cryptic. Shot in the dark. A Shot in the Dark, 1964. It's worth a try. Blank, I love you, sweetie, but you can't just play the same scary piano theme every 5 seconds through the entire movie. Let me get a 5-star review with a heart. Awesome as usual, but why does this bitch know how to drive? They arrested his ass when he was like 6. Is this Halloween 2018? Me judges every flaw of the scene. Blank pops out behind some bushes in the corner. This movie's perfect. All this guy does is stand there breathing heavily. Like, damn, bitch, just take a puff from your inhaler and go. Are you the Babadook? They are all terrible babysitters. If I had children, I would never hire them. Illinois Suburbs are really a horror movie. I just wonder if he runs well off camera to catch up to the victims. The boogeyman is going to get you. I can tolerate the whole murderer thing, but the fact that he's so damn slow drives me crazy. It's the other Halloween, man. It's not Halloween 2020. You're going to say, why did you say 2020 instead of, or 2018 instead of Halloween 1978? Well, I guess I thought cars didn't exist in 1978 because there was something about driving in there. Yeah, probably the yard work. Yeah, you got it because he drove a car. They didn't have cars in 1978. Okay, slash marker. That's a dose.